Hello, welcome to Looking Up, a channel to inspire you in your work and in your life. I have a warm light facing me here and an LED light facing here. Depending on the angle, it looked a little different. It is officially summer. I decided to do a summer series, just things to celebrate this time of year. The beautiful, maybe not obviously summer moments, but to me, things that I wanted to do this summer. Also for us to create our list together. That's a big part of the fun, is to imagine what you're going to do and how you're going to make the most of the summer. For the first episode of the series, I decided I love Halloween so much, so that's no surprise. I always love doing those fall videos. And a couple of years ago, I did a Summerween video where I went to a couple of places in Chicago that I really enjoyed, and I just felt like I needed to do that again just because it just makes me happy to be there. And so this time I brought my niece. We went to October Cafe up in the Avondale neighborhood, and then we also went to the Brewed coffee house, which is always just so much fun. And then it was really interesting because that area is really cool. There's even like a haunted shop where you can buy horror movie related items just across the street from the Brewed, and then next door to the Brewed is the record shop. So the area is turning out to be a pretty fun destination. The original October Cafe was about 15 minutes away, and that's a location that we went to, but then we also saw that they opened a second location. I think starting with something simple, like going somewhere that makes you happy, and that's going to look very different for a lot of people. So I think for all of us to kind of go through this together, make a list of 7 to 10 things that you really want to experience this summer so that you don't leave the season feeling like you missed out. With many things, we always have to kind of plan backwards so that we're not suddenly up against a deadline. If you feel like things just pass you by a lot, it is important to make that a priority. Feel free to share your summer lists below in the comments. Now I'm leaning into the LED light and more into the yellow light. It's kind of spookier on this side. But anyway, I'm happy to be back, and I'm looking forward to putting this series together to get back into the groove of posting on this channel, including fun and whimsy into our life. That is just as important as the other stuff. Making even like the mundane feel magical. It's important to find as much beauty in it as we can. I do want to go swimming. I do want to try out a couple of pools this summer too. I'm looking at places that are a short drive from the city because I want to go to like an outdoor pool. I think I'm looking for more that's a casual swimmer hanging out in the pool. So for my list, I definitely want to include a beach day. I definitely want to include a pool day, or going to a couple different pools. Maybe exploring new areas. I always enjoy that, like a little road trip. I enjoy that in the fall too. The summer storms and the fireflies. It's kind of magical in its own way. Reading books that are just a little bit more lighthearted. Sitting by flowers and trees. They're small things, nothing too extravagant. Maybe throwing in a picnic or having an ice cream party where everyone brings their favorite ice cream and we all meet at a park or something and share. In practicality, it would be very messy and the ice cream would melt, but in theory, it sounds fun. Maybe I'll do that and report back and see how it goes. And I have some other ideas that I'm excited to share as those videos are ready. So my goal is to do somewhere about 8 videos to celebrate summer. It is a season to savor, especially if you live in a colder climate. It is nice to have sun and warmth. Doing something that feels lighthearted and fun, which is what summer should be. Kind of bringing it back to when you were a kid and you didn't need to spend a lot of money to have like the most magical summer. It was just all about your creativity and your imagination. So today's video is going to include this trip to the original October Cafe. I wanted to really capture the feel of fall, even though this series is about summer. It was more like Summerween, and my niece loves Halloween, and we were excited to celebrate Summerween, so it kind of went in that direction. We decided to get a pumpkin waffle to share, and they put pumpkin seeds and chocolate chips, which was delicious. I'm not a big waffle person, but my niece wanted it, and she also put whipped cream on, which I don't love. I brushed that off to the side, but it was still very, very delicious. And she got strawberry lemonade with boba. What was really cool was somebody ordered, I think, a sandwich or something, and then they had like a side salad, and it was served in this plastic coffin with a lid on it, which was see-through and clear. And then like lots of things like creamers and stuff would come in a little pumpkin. It was just like the little touches, that just makes that place feel really special. Everyone is super nice, and it's a very relaxing, calm atmosphere. They sell really cool items in the front. I've been thinking about these earrings and wanted to go back and get them. They probably won't be there. But there were these clear ghosts that were holding a little pumpkin They were like $10. I should have got them. It's a great place to spend a morning. They are open pretty early, and it's in a beautiful area of the city too. It's right by the train station. There's lots of trees. You can walk to a nearby park. Then from there, we went to the Brewed. My niece had been there before. I thought I was being the cool aunt, but it was cool going there with her. A lot of their drinks are named after characters from horror films. They have a lot of film posters on the wall and tons of memorabilia from different films. I tried to film as much as I could, but it was so cool. Anybody who's a horror movie lover, I think, would really enjoy it. And just the energy and the layout is just very fun. They have the old diner booths, the black and white checkered floors. It's mostly like a coffee shop. Well, they were out of bagels when we went there. They had like donuts and cookies too, but mostly you get coffee, tea, lemonade, and hot cocoa. And then they have the spooky cereals like Monster Mash, Blueberry, etc. It's just a really great place to hang out. I saw some people working, and there seemed to be plenty of seating. A great place to spend a little bit of time. And then right next door they have the record shop, which again, it wasn't in a shopping mode, but my niece has gotten into records. We walked and looked around for a little bit. You can just open the door from the Brewed and walk right in. Then we went across the street to the bookstore and walked around for a little bit. And then I asked my niece if she wanted to stop in the horror shop. She said absolutely not. She hates horror films. She loves Halloween, but she doesn't like anything that's really scary or has murder or anything like that. So she had like no desire to go in there. So I'll have to go back there next time by myself. I just had those two destinations in mind, and then we kind of just improvised from there. I'm sure there's more in that area. If I find anything else that might be of interest, I'll include it in the description. That was our first little venture of creating Summerween. Previously, I had filmed down on the south side. I went for a walk earlier this year and finally made it over to Electric Funeral. I highly, highly, highly recommend. That fits in the theme of this video, even though it was recorded a little bit earlier. It's a Halloween-themed bar in the Bridgeport neighborhood of Chicago, and the owners of it also own the Jackalope Coffee, if you're familiar with that. I loved Jackalope, and it's still there, but they also run Electric Funeral, and the design, the concept, the attention to detail, the drinks, everything is just so thought out, and there's a community of people that hang out there. There's plenty of mocktails and stuff too. I encourage you, if that's your vibe, to go check it out. I just love people who are excited to create an environment and really lean into it, so I thought they did an amazing job, and I will definitely go back with some friends next time I'm in that area. The theme of today's video is just to do things that make you happy. I tend to be a little bit more on the Summerween theme, but still summer nonetheless. Thank you so much for watching today. It's nice to be back. I hope that you are having a great summer, keeping cool if it's really hot by you. I hope everyone's doing well, and I will see you for the next part of this summer series. See you soon.